How's everybody doing today? I'm just going to start now. We don't need to wait for this timer. I can't even hear my own voice over the music, so I'm going to assume it's too loud. It might not be, though. That might be a little bit better. Okay. So, I've gotten to the point where, let's not have the gizmos on for a second. If I press P, it just auto-restarts. That was for Wander, because he's been testing it on his computer. Basically, when you spin, it'll hurt them. They fall back. If you spin again, it'll hurt him. This guy's 2 lives, so then he dies, right? So it'll be like a fallback animation. If you run up and hit them, you'll actually bounce back to where you've been hit by them. I need to do an animation, so I guess I'm not on the AI stuff just yet. But I need to do an animation where the player flies back. And I also want his mesh to flicker, because I think that's what a lot of games always did. Sorry, Mr. K. That's funny. Also, now when you jump on them, they'll bounce up and down properly, right? So if you jump on them again, boom. So that's nice. I guess what I need to do is the flicker really quick. I've never actually played around with this kind of stuff, so it's going to be the mesh. Oh, if I flickered this here, the cape doesn't flicker, so that might be a little bit weird, eh? So I'm going to flicker this and the cape together. Okay. Index out of range. What index? The supplied array needs to be the same size. I've never given it a mesh.colors, so I don't know what that is. Oh, it's on the cloth. Okay, so their own cloth physics messed up. That's cool. Wait, is that because I did this? No. I don't know what that was for. So when you... let me... Platformer. YouTube. Mario 64, maybe it has it. Hurt. Just not have any volume on. Find an example of him trying to fight something. Okay, well, lava didn't make him flicker, that's for sure. Never actually played Super Mario 64 past like the first level. I really should, eh? Okay, does he ever get hurt? Like, come on. Okay, that, yes, I get that hurts him. Get hurt. Hurt, flicker. Unity. This looks cool. What is this? Adding a hood to your cape would look very cool, and the cloth effect. Yeah, I was actually supposed to do that. I kind of forgot to. Hey, that's me right now. Look at that. Yay. I guess I can't find an example of it, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to see the effect, right? Because I've never done it. Okay. Yeah. I think you're like one of the first people I actually subscribed to on YouTube. I would never subscribe to anybody before. I have to sneeze. I can feel it. It's coming. Gonna sneeze. Goddamn. Whatever. Okay. We should, in our player input, have the cloth. Right? No? We don't? Really? Really? Robe? No? Okay. What did I name the robe? Come on. Ah, that's so frustrating. Alright, root, hips, stomach, chest, upper chest, cloth. Okay, I called it cape, so I can find it by tag cape. Okay. So let's just put them here. Private game object cape. Private game object. Actually, you know what I'm going to want? I'm going to want the skinned mesh render. Is that a thing? Skinned mesh render? Good. And then on the player, skin mesh render. Okay. Body. Okay. Like so. Yeah, it's like the worst feeling when you have to sneeze and you can't. Okay, so the cape is going to be easy to find. It's just going to be cape equals game object dot find game object with tag cape dot get component skin mesh render. Right? So we found, I believe it was called cape, right? Yeah, cape. Then it's going to get the skin mesh render, and we're just going to toggle it on or off. And we're going to toggle it on or off faster, but that's what we'll do in a bit. Next is we need to get the body. So the body equals, and this is actually, we have the player mesh, so we can say obj mesh dot, it's called cylinder 001. Transform dot find. So in this case, we're going down the hierarchy. Object mesh, which we tagged as mesh up here, right? Transform find. And then we're going to go down again, and we're going to look for cylinder 001. Dot get component skin mesh render. Okay. I'm just going to try a quick turning of it off. So I just do cape dot enabled equals false. Is that how you write it? Yeah, and then body dot enabled equals false. Right? I don't know if this is going to make us disappear. Hopefully it does. Haha! Good. Oh, and we can still move around. That's great. You can still tell that I'm moving around. Spit attack! Oh, I got hurt again. That's great. Okay. I'm actually going to put the flicker on a separate script. Now that I think about it. Because then I can reuse it on the enemies as well. No, I don't want the enemies to flicker. Just you, just the player. So we'll leave it here for now. Okay. So instead of just doing this, we're going to want them to enable and disable at a faster and faster rate. So we could create a timer. Private float timer disappear. What's okay? Unity. No, like, yeah, no, I know what you meant, Malachi. What I'm trying to remember, I'm just gapping right now. It should just basically be, we subtract from this timer, and then we reset it to be that. Oh, I know what to do. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do, wrong spot, on the hurt. If, okay. When we leave the hurt, I want to ensure that these are set to true. I don't want any chance that they're still ever stuck invisible, so it goes there. Now what we're going to do is timer disappear minus equals time.delta time. If this is less than or equal to 0, we're going to set this to true and true. And then we're going to set this to equal private float new size or something like that. Like t disappear size equals 1.0f. So then down here, if I can set this to equal the same thing minus 0.1f. So it's permanently slightly smaller, right? And then we're going to set the disappear to equal this size. So what's wrong with this? Is that going to exponentially get faster? No, that's just going to flicker. That's not going to exponentially get faster, but let's just try it out. We're going to start this at like 0.3f though. Okay. That's not getting faster, is it? Unity doesn't have any built-in AI stuff. We'll get there as soon as I do this flicker and the animation and stuff. So we're not just at the AI just yet. Why can't I remember how to just make a timer run exponential? Exponential timer. The flicker rate needs to decrease in size. So if I hit this, we're going to start with smaller numbers, I suppose. Ah, that's kind of good. It only happened the one time because I didn't reset it all, but you know. T disappear size equals, what did I set these numbers to? This. Alright. We gotta make sure once you leave the hurt frame, you want to reset all the values so you can constantly see that, right? Oh, we set them to false. But it says true right here. I'm going to put this the other way. I'm curious if that'll fix my problem. I don't think it should, but maybe it does. Oh, this way we're flickering out faster and faster? Okay, not what we want. Let's just switch the order to like that. Is that what I want? What the hell? We're no longer being hurt. Why does that get called again? Oh, I think it's because this is after this. That's why. This order didn't matter at all. Ordering in Unity, like coding, is always one of the tricky parts to remember. But basically we were calling to leave this after. I like that. I actually really do. Like, we're going to give him a hurt animation, but I've also made it so enemies stop chasing once you're hurt. Oh, he's automatically gonna get hurt. It's also cool because you can jump on him for like ever until he dies. Okay, I'm actually going to focus on AI in this episode. I don't want to, like, I'll do that animation, but we don't need to do it just yet. So, for now, is this a prefab? Yeah, it's a shmoop, right? Prefabs, enemies. And we also have this prefab, but he's not a proper prefab, right? Because if I throw these... Oh, that's frustrating. So is this supposed to be moved up on the Y by 0.5? I suppose so. They'll all fall down, that's fine, but... Okay. What the heck is a shmoop? I don't know, I just came with some random names. You can ignore them for now. It's basically... I should actually rename them for now. So this is a... chaser... returns. Okay, we can delete this. Okay, then we're gonna want this chaser infinite, and he doesn't return. So this guy's just gonna keep chasing you once he sees you. So if you look, that one dude will never stop. All the rest will give up. He won't. It's like his job to chase you forever. They don't even attack either. So I need to give them an attack. I just realized that. He chases but doesn't do anything. I mean, the obvious could just be make them run into you. I was thinking of actually making them stop like this. And then giving them an animation. But I might just make them run straight at the guy, and then that's it. And if they run into you... So this is good. Since you can't run into a body that's been hurt, if you keep spinning... Yeah. How's there always one over here? How do you always manage that? Okay, we also don't need to see move direction. Let's just clean this up a bit. So this is my movement stuff. Oh man. Yeah, no, I can tell my brain's fried, so instead, let's change this title to hurting the player animation. I'm going to focus on hurting the player. So I'm thinking is, I would have to change sound player, this attack distance to be 0 for them. Actually, having the attack distance is pretty useful because some people might use this code that actually stop in front of you and then like try to swing at you, while other people, like this guy, can just run straight at you. Because if I set this attack distance to 0, I'm pretty sure this first, let's do it to the first guy, he's my good test dude. If I set this attack distance to 0, he's just gonna run straight at me. Not close enough to hit me though, that's odd. What if I did like negative 0.5? Try that again. Come here. No, I literally have to run into him to make myself get hurt. Huh. Even though he's hitting me. Okay, well now he's dead. But Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain in the other stream. That's what they do with Crash. They literally just switch out the model. I didn't want to do that though. I kind of want the model to stay in place and still see everything that's happening. That looks so cool. I'm gonna be so excited to model the world. Like, that is shit all up there, but it just looks cool off in the distance. This really bugs me. I have to walk into him to be hit because my collision detection on a character controller, you guys should remember this one, this is important. If you're using a character controller and you use on controller collider hit, this is only called, I should actually put this for myself, remember, only called after a move call is made. Alright, so that only will happen after we try to move. As frustrating as that is. So we're going to instead have this guy do an attack. And we can keep the range of 3, that's fine. Once he reaches 3, he's going to do some sort of swipe that checks in front if it hits us. Ooh, then we can also add to our logic. Because realistically, this AI chaser logic will work for most entities, right? Except for one that's like a... I could still add it to the chaser script. They could, all my AI could really function off this one script. I could have it so he just shoots forward. I can add a variable that says bounces. And if it bounces, then it'll bounce towards you. Right? So like one could be like a lancing kind of character. You know what? Let's go back. Let's do the AI. Let's do this. Okay. We're going to need less of these guys for examples, because that's just confusing. That's the infinite guy. We can get rid of you, you, and you. Okay. So I'm going to color code them to make this easier for me to remember. Let's go down to you, give you a mesh, go to... Where's the... Oh, it's right there. Materials... I'm going to set you to be orange. So the infinite guy is going to be orange. This guy is going to be... duplicate. Red. Do I really need to have an albedo color? It's kind of annoying. Whatever. There we go. So he's a returner and this is a chaser. Okay. That is the correct number to be at on this terrain. So the next one we're going to want to make is a charger. So I'll call him a lancer just because I think it's better. Enemy lancer. I could rename the script then to, instead of say AI. If I separated these out, making like the guy a charger compared to this, the logic would be easier to look at. I don't know if I want to make the script handle everything. It just becomes a more heavy-duty script, right? Let's try it. I'm gonna give this guy a move speed of 10. he's going to become the Lancer. So you see how fast he moves now? Well, it's funny because he moves so fast and he stops moving. Jeez, he can really keep up, eh? Holy fuck. Oh, that's scary. You know what'd be fun? I just want to do something real quick. If I had another one, let's say this guy, over here. I do believe my script is based on the sphere collider size, right? If we look at this, zone size is, yeah, it's my sphere collider radius. So I just visually see it a lot easier. That was the plan. If I just made this radius, like, stupidly large. Okay. This cube is going to move fast. First we got to get past these three. So it's easy because it can't actually really hit us. Oh, as I get hit by one. Oh god. No. Wait. It's funny because it moves it back based on its speed, which might be a little bit, I might need a separate variable for knockback distance. Hello, the Nuke Bros. How you doing today? Alright. So we're going to have an enum that determines what type of guy this is. That's what we're going to need. So public enum enemy class. So it's either going to be a chaser, lancer. Those are the two that I have right now. Public enemy class. Hello, Epic Dino. How you doing today? And I guess I can't call it class because that would make no sense. I remember you, Epic Dino. I remember everybody's active in chat. It's easy for me to remember that way. But okay, so based on this, we're going to go in here and we're going to determine how it moves, okay? If zone to player returns to zone, else look at target, chase target. How to target equals true, look at target, player, chase target. This all stays the same. These are base level AI. Thanks, Dino. So let's just do this. Let's call it void base logic. So it's going to handle all of this. It's just going to be checking the zones, the distance of all the zones. It's going to then, if zone to player move towards us, move towards zone, return. This is all, and not all of them are going to use base logic either. Shit. Okay, never mind. Not that. Chase target should be called charge forward. And then whenever we use that, so we have it to look, and then we tell it charge forward, look, tell charge forward, look, tell charge forward. Yes, it does support no curly brackets for if statements, if the if statement's one line. Maybe you should make one that flies a little above the ground and can't be hit. That's not a bad idea. So we gotta get the first couple AIs going. And we have the one, right? So this is this. Do I need... Okay, if enemy to player is less than attack distance, enemy has reached the player, do attack. How are we going to determine if we hit the player? Since we can only, the way we've set it up, the player only gets hurt if he's moving. We're going to have to change that. So, we got to move this to a ray cast. So where is our... Check below player. Check player directions. Or just called check collisions. Yeah, we're gonna move all that. So it's gonna go to here. Check collisions. Raycast origin down 3.5. Attach self to moving. Okay. So this first section here is going to be for raycast for moving platforms. Okay. Where did I do that sphere cast? Right here. Do I not have an uplight? Nope. Okay. At Tanira saying, hey Hyden, aren't you interested in indent guides in Visual Studios? I'm not sure what you mean by indent guides. Do the enemies shoot projectiles, or do they keep using, or do they keep going to use melee? It depends really. I'm just coding the moving enemies. I don't use Twitch because this has the 4-hour backlog, plus it auto uploads everything, and it's better quality and more reliable. Okay. I don't think my spin radius really does anything, but that's fine. We're going to take this raycast, and we're going to move it up and do one here. Okay. Radius. We already have one called hit? Oh, we do. I guess we're going to underscore it then. Hit. None of these matter. Debug.log, we hit an enemy. I can say mark lines with dots between. Oh, that'd be cool. I didn't know I can even turn that on. So it says we hit an enemy, and it's saying that at a really far distance, right? Because that's the same as our spin radius. So let's lower this down. So if they get it within one of us, we should get hit by them. Can you tell me how to turn that on at Nero? Because I'll definitely turn that on. So this is us getting hurt. Wait. So we're not getting hurt. Now we're getting hurt. That's a little bit too close. Let's even shrink this down more. Now this might not change because it might affect the radius also. Like we might need to also affect the radius that we put in. So let's see. Okay. Oh. That's not when we get hurt. It's because this is 0.5. So let's do an even smaller amount. Let's do like 0.25. So if they get this close to us, we get hurt. Maybe even like 0.1F. Like really close. Because you gotta remember, our collider's bigger than us. Yeah, I'd say that's a really good distance. If they get within that range, you should bounce back. Because you can spin at them from like crazy far distance. So, this is where we hit an enemy. And this is a sphere cast though. We're gonna hit them on all directions. So that's the same as this collider here. I'm gonna want this whole section. And to make sure it's working, let's comment it out here. And move it up to here. To here. So I do need to switch these hits to be underscore. So now this should be our new hurt scenario. If you projectiles, be able to reflect them with a spin attack. Oh, that's a good idea. There we go. So now we're getting our ass handed to us every time we get too close. So if I were to, let's say, let's change this one dude real quick, the charger one. Where is he? Oh yeah, him. We can delete this one. Set this guy's attack distance to 0. If he runs, he should just hit us. I'm not moving. Boom. Interestingly, we went upwards. Why did we go upwards? Oh my god, this guy's fucking savage. Just kept smacking me around. Jesus Christ, man. And then when he died, I jumped. That was odd. This hit point out wide doesn't actually make much sense anymore. We need to figure out if we're above him. It seemed to be acting a little bit odd there. Maybe I'm imagining it. Let's let that guy hit the player again real quick. Hyden, are you doing more attack types? Are you going with the Crash game style of attacking? I'm thinking of just doing spinning and then having a dash that you can dodge with and whatnot. Yeah, why does that shoot you upward? Because then you jump on top. And whenever we jump on top of them now, we're getting hurt. So this isn't actually working. Okay, how would I do this? Debug.log their y is plus hit.transform.position.y plus our y is plus transform.position.y. So when this guy hits me, their y is lower than our y, but it's also firing several times. Stop. Stop. I want just this one guy for a second. So 3 times, and all 3 times. It also makes me jump again 1 extra time for some reason, and he died. Like, what? Oh, I have an idea. hit dot normal. If I read out his hit dot normal, wouldn't that be our determiner if we hit him on above the Y or get dumpstered, man? Fuck this. Oh, now I broke. What did it break? I think it says I'm swimming that it broke. That's not a good sign. So we have some problems, eh? Okay. This motherfucker needs to get jumped on. How am I not landing on... Fuck that thing. It's probably damaging the enemy because when... Oh, that's a good point. But even right there, why is it making me jump after? That guy's fucking on steroids. It's time for a quick round of ad roulette, everybody. Tools, options, text editor, last checkbox. Editor. Oh, text editor. They're all on. General? File extensions? I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned though about what I've coded here. It worked really well on a move. Couldn't I just leave it how it is and then here have a on move? Like here, let me go back a bunch. Right, so this is here. This should work normally, and we shouldn't get knocked up by him. I don't think. Until I move. Fucking guy's insane, though. I can't even jump on him to save my life. And he goes too fast, and he doesn't turn quick enough to actually be able to hit me. It's kind of funny. If he had a faster turn rate, he'd be able to. Like, if I give him a turn rate of 10, there you go. But I killed him. Or no, I didn't. He made me do a falling animation there. Grief is the... Stop! Yay. Alright, let's try it this way. This might not work, but we're going to try it this way. So these AI scripts, if I do believe so myself, let's go to it. They have a character controller on them. Right here. Oh, I don't want to do it by on character controller though, because what if they have like a weapon that they swing at you? Then that would have to be the character controller. I don't agree with that. I could give them trigger enters and send a message to the player saying, hey, you entered this. Like if I did a, let's do a capsule collider, trigger. No, because this has a sphere collider trigger, so the script would have to be on this. That's complex. Hello, Card. How are you doing today? Or I guess, how are you doing right now? Because I'm pretty sure you were here earlier. I'm trying to figure out how I want to make the connection with the player to this work, because we can only actually get knocked back if we were moving. So like if he runs at me, not an issue. If I move forward an inch, now we know we're hit. It's kind of problematic. Very problematic. I also don't know where the pink one just went. There he is. How'd you get down there? Ay, ay, ay. When I get knocked back, I'm actually saying he jumps. But yeah, I could figure that out. It's just... Okay. Let's go back to where we're at here. Does this... Couldn't I just do that? No, it's not gonna let me. Because it's not actually this, it's origin, radius, direction. I don't have a direction though. I just don't get why it's forcing me to jump again. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think what's happening is because we're jumping back and we're hitting them, it's telling us we need to do a forced jump again. Now we really broke it. You're right. Your count is low today. It's okay. So what's happening is once we've hit it and we're not hurt, we're still... Wait. We're setting it to be hurt. Was hurt equals true. I don't need to set what was hurt to be true anymore. Well, I guess I do, but I could also then set the state to equal state dot hurt. Then I don't need this anymore. Okay. So now we're no longer checking... No, but we're still checking if we can jump on them, right? No, we can't. Okay. So here we go. This... Why would we... The old live streams are just saved in the playlist. I just don't keep them on... Okay. So this sometimes is hurting him. Sometimes it's not hurting him. Stop hitting me. I want out. Okay, so that sort of solved it. Essentially, we didn't want it to check, but sometimes it makes us jump upwards. So I'm going to actually set this. If I were Y, hit dot point dot Y. I'm going to put it +1 instead. If it's less than that. This is problematic here. We want to know if we jumped on top of it. So we need to actually find the hit dot normal. So I'm going to toggle this all off for a second. Debug.log. Well, we have their normal being printed. So let's just do that. If we get hit, print out their normal. My favorite film. It's a tough one. I really like the Fast and Furious series and whatnot. Okay. So we're getting a whole bunch of numbers like so. When we're on top, we get a Y of 1, or an X of 1. But we also get it over here too. I don't understand. How does this make any sense? Okay, this is giving us 0.6. I just killed him, didn't I? I did. That gives me 0.6, 0.8. And being on top of him gives me 0.6, 0.8. Okay, I gotta debug out their hit point, I guess. Cardmaster is saying, are you remodeling the enemies? Yes, considering they're just cubes, they will need to be changed. Okay, so this is giving me... what? It's just shit. How am I getting a hit point with a huge value followed by a 0 every time? Is it giving me this distance? I wonder if it is. Let's see. Now it's only giving me value 0. Okay, now it's not. 179. What in the hell is happening? How can the hit point be 0, 0, 0? How is that even possible? Okay. Plus name of mesh. How could you possibly have a negative 180? Do you know fucking service RAM? Do you know how off that is? Is that world coordinates? These must be like, I don't know. Because these coordinates are here, 181. Oh, so I need the local position. There we go. So then what we need to figure out, but that still doesn't help us. How do we know if we're on top of something? What if... Here's the thing, because we're sphere casting... What if I said sphere cast? What if it wasn't a sphere cast all? I'm just gonna get the first... What the hell is this? I literally just set this to the same stuff. Alright guys, I'm gonna end my stream here. I know it's only been an hour. I didn't really get anything done. I need to go eat some food, figure out what I want to do. I think what I'm gonna have happen is do what my original plan was of if an enemy is within range, he's gonna do an attack animation, and then if he ends that attack animation, check if the player is still within range. I think. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Take care, everybody.